Hey guys, welcome back. We're talking about interval notation today. Interval notation is something that we're going to need to be able to write the interval of increase, the interval of decrease, the domain, the range of functions. And, if we were to solve something like this, we would answer that in interval notation. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so when you see that, generally, we think, the point, right, 2 up, 5 on the Cartesian plane. Okay, so it could also mean this, though, the numbers between 2 and 5. And that would be another way to say it. So there you don't have any equal to's up here, which means the circles are empty. And then you could just describe that in words as the real numbers, as opposed to imaginary, greater than 2 and less than 5, or between 2 and 5 exclusive. Okay, so that would be 4 ways to describe 1, 2, 3, 4, to describe this set of numbers. So how would this be written in interval notation? We already know it would be a parenthesis 2, and then we end at 5. But since this is full, we're going to end in a bracket. An empty circle is parentheses, and a full circle is bracket. That means you include the 5. You're not including the 2 in that interval. Let's play a couple of games here where we answer some questions. Keep in mind, if we're at socrative and I refer to problem number 1, that's what I mean. All right, you should have already guessed that A was the answer there. All right, pause the video and see if you can answer that. I'm getting G. Couple of issues here. You never bracket infinity. Okay, so how were you supposed to know that? I don't know. I just told you. So never bracket infinity. There's some issues within interval notation that we need to look at. There's the answer to that. All right, pause the video. It may be that you want to draw the number line of this, that you would be at 2, you're a full circle because you have the equal to there, and you're going to the right. The numbers greater than 2 go to the right of 2. And so interval notation is just a number line without the number line. That's all it is. It's a suppressed notation of a number line. And so we begin our number line at 2 with a bracket, and it doesn't end to the right. It ends at infinity. Keep in mind, you never bracket infinity. I don't see that anywhere, but okay, there's a bad answer. Anyway, the answer was A. All right, let's keep going. Now we have an interval notation question, and we have a number line answer. See if you can come up with that. Surely you're going to pick B. That the bracket is the full circle and the parentheses the empty circle. All right, guess. I am getting F. That we want to begin our interval at the furthest number to the left, which is -1, not including the -1, and that's with the parentheses. And then the last number would be the one on the right, which is infinity. So the furthest number left is negative infinity. It goes left forever, but you have to start with that, and you can't start with a bracket. None of these are. And then you've got to end at -1. Well, there's 2 ways to end at -1. You can end excluding -1 like this one, and you can end including it. And so the answer is D. All right, X is negative. Good question there. That's the answer. You do not want to include 0. That's not right. 0 is not a negative number. It's not a positive number. Let's move on. Steve drove more than 20 miles. Let's see. Steve, he's driving in his car. Ooh, that's a good car for me. There's Steve, and he's driving more than 20 miles. So it's got to be C. It can't be 20. It's more than 20. And so that would be the answer. And then in an interval notation, it'd be 20 to infinity. Steve drove at most 20 miles. So the most that he drove is 20. It's looking like B to me. We wouldn't go negative infinity to 20. We'd probably go 0 to 20. But we're not asking that. All right, which is not a properly formatted interval. See if you can identify the answer. There's two ways to not properly format an interval. If you bracket infinity, then that's wrong. But you've got to put the smallest number first. And I think that's what I'm asking here. Let's see if I can see the answer. It's got to be E. That's for this to be properly formatted, it'd have to be negative infinity to negative 2. See, this is saying that negative infinity is smaller than negative 2. Clearly, that's not the case. Let's move on. All right, I like double answer or triple answer type problems where you have to pick an inequality and an interval to match that number line. All right, let's see. Let's answer that. That would be less than 3, but with an equal sign. So B was wrong because of the full circle, and then negative infinity to 3 bracket. So that should be D and F. Okay, we're not going to do a whole lot with this initially, but a 2 or more piece interval or number line, you would just do the interval for this piece right here and disregard that piece. And this one would be negative infinity to negative 2 bracket. And then you would do vice versa on that. You would disregard this piece and do this piece, and that piece would be parentheses 1 to 4 bracket. And then to link them together, we're going to do that with a union. Let's do a couple of these. See if you can pick the answer. D is the answer. This piece is here, and this piece is here. All right, another one. See if you can pick the answer. See if I can pick it. A lot of choices. I'm liking C. This piece is right there, and this piece is right there. You just have to pay attention to the details. All right, moving on. Hey, daggum, that's it. All right, fantastic. We do have a cameo appearance. Let's see if we can figure out who that is. Hey, a clue. It is Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days. All right, guys.